Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and we have this amazing gentleman with me. His name is Steve, and of course you are from KISS. We don't have to really say that because by what you look like, you look amazing.
Thank you, sir.
And it's, thank you for coming on the show. But I understand last night you had a big hit going on, and it was this like Dark Monday that you have this events go on.
It's at Vinyl at the Hard Rock Casino. The third Monday of every month is called Monday's Dark, and every month it's a different charity. Last night we were one of the acts that helped raise money for Habitat for Humanity. I believe about $10,000 was raised.
Wow, $10,000 to Habitat. That's amazing. Yeah. And you all do this for free?
Absolutely.
Everything done for free for charity?
It's giving back to the Vegas community.
And you do that a lot, though. I know you're at a lot of charities. You were at one on Sunday as well, Tommy Rockett. You were down there doing another, and that was for Ray of Hope as well. So, why do you do that? I mean, because a lot of people don't, it's not they don't want to do it, they just don't do it, but I noticed that you, your KISS group, do that a lot.
Yes, we're involved with a lot of different charities. We do a lot of work with veterans charities. That's one of the ones that's really close to our hearts. I personally do a lot with various LGBT charities as well, specifically AFAN. I actually did the AIDS walk this year in full costume.
And you actually walked?
And I walked 3 miles.
Well, wait a second. They're walking 3 miles, but guess what? You've got these shoes on. Look at the size of these shoes. And you walked 3 miles in those?
That's what it is. I went out on Facebook and I said, if I can raise $100, I will do the walk made up and in my platforms, wig and everything, regardless of how hot it was.
Yes.
So very quickly, it shot up to $750. So people wanted me to walk like this, so I did, and my feet were a little sore.
I was going to say, how were your feet at the end of it?
It's the least I could do to raise money for a great cause.
But it didn't bother you because you were doing it for the cause, you were doing it for something you actually wanted to do.
Yeah, I have a great life.
Tell me a little bit about your life.
I had a great childhood. I went to Arizona State University and, believe it or not, got a degree in accounting, so I'm an accountant.
Accountant, you can let him do your books?
Yeah, can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
I've been a banker for well over 20 years, so that's my Clark Kent day job.
See, you never know what is behind the disguise. There's a disguise on every face, and there certainly is one on yours.
Well, what I have to do in the morning is I get up, I have to put flesh-colored makeup on to hide the white and stuff.
To hide the white and everything else.
This is what I really do.
This is what you look for. You go to bed like this?
Yes. So anyway, but and I've had a great life, and I've been very blessed and very healthy, and my heart goes out to people that haven't been blessed that way.
But don't you think, I truly believe that yes, we are all blessed, but don't we really have to put the effort into it?
Oh, absolutely.
You've got to, you can't just sort of sit back and wait for it to happen. You've got to, it's like people say, oh Ninon, you're so lucky, and this and that, and I say, yes, but I work very hard.
Well, lucky people that work hard are lucky people.
Yeah, we're
right?
very,
because we create our own luck.
We do. We create our own luck. We create our own movements. We create where we're going and what we're doing. But I also think it's a fabulous thing when we give back.
We have to. I just don't know how you go through life without being moved by the things that other people go through. And you look at the veterans who fought so hard for this country, and many who come back and they're paralyzed or wounded, and have issues with what they've seen. How can we not do those types of things, right?
And help them, because we haven't been lucky that we didn't get into this position.
Or the people that go through life facing hatred and discrimination because of who they are, which is why I work so much with the LGBT community, because my heart just goes out to people.
That was disheartening what happened in Orlando.
Oh, absolutely.
And our hearts go out for everybody there.
Absolutely.
And blessings not much that we can do except to be aware of what's going on around us and to try to inform anybody out there. If we see anything different or anything strange, don't be afraid to say something or do something. Because, so I want to get back to you becoming part of KISS, because this is something, being a banker, an accountant, and then you become KISS. Where did that all come into?
Well, I was a fan back in the mid-'70s when KISS got big. I was a huge fan. I've been a fan my whole life. And when I was living in Phoenix, I met up with some guys. We put a band together in Phoenix. And then I met Luis Reyes, who is the Las Vegas Gene Simmons here. He's a great guy. We met and decided to form the band here about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And it's like being 15 years old all over again.
And it just worked. It just worked.
Yeah, it was a lot of hard work though. We really went at it.
Rehearsal.
Okay.
A lot of rehearsing.
A lot of rehearsing. A lot of learning how to jump in 7-inch platforms.
I mean, if you haven't seen them before, you've got to see them because it's just amazing what you do and how
It's
you
a
do
lot
it.
of fun, yeah.
But after doing all that work and putting all that effort into it, it's all paid off, hasn't it? Because you really like it.
It is.
I mean, I can see anytime he walks into a room or whatever he's doing, you've got this incredible smile and you really like what you're doing.
I love being alive. I mean, I love every day. Every day is
So
awesome.
what actually made you decide to do this? Were you in the entertainment business before, or were you dabbling in it?
I had been in bands ever since high school, mostly cover bands, you know, just playing all different kinds of rock and roll. And
This was different.
this was different, and it's so much more fun.
Now, there's how many of you in the group? There's four of you in the group. And are you maintaining the four in that group? Because I know in groups they kind of come and go, a lot of them, but I've noticed that Reyes and you are very much together.
Yeah.
What about the other two?
You know, our guitar player is from Kansas, so he flies in and out for shows.
Okay.
And our drummer lives locally, but he can't always do all of the shows. So we have another guy out of California
Another
that we
stand-up.
use.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you have somebody that comes and stands in for
Yeah,
you.
so I mean, it is the nucleus of the four of us, but
Yes.
if someone can't make a show, it's easy to be able to, you know,
Get somebody
put
else
someone
to
else
come
in
down.
because they.
And now, do you have a lot of choice in Vegas? I mean, although you said that your drummer is actually from Los Angeles.
Well, our backup drummer.
Your backup
yeah.
drummer is from Los Angeles, but our real drummer is here.
Well, you know, it's interesting. The Kiss tribute world is it's an interesting world. So,
It is, yeah.
you know, all I'll say is it's great. Lewis and I work very well together, and that's rare in bands to begin
That's
with.
what I was
but
asking you that,
specifically
because it's
Kiss
very hard
fans.
to
So,
keep it back together.
yeah, really, we're like brothers from a different mother.
Yeah.
I mean, he and I very tight, get along. We see things the same way. So. We're kind of the nucleus of the band, have been there since day one. Other people have come and gone, but
You seem to have the same sort of personality. You both seem to have that same drive and that same sort of connection to each other, which is very beautiful. It's sort of, and it shows out there. It just
Well, that's
looks
good.
beautiful. So what have you got coming up?
So, well, we did the Monday Start last night. We did Vamp last Friday night, and we have
Vamp,
this
you know what Vamp is in Vegas? That was the #1 place to appear at.
awesome,
Yeah.
great sound system,
Amazing.
great vibe, very rock and roll vibe. And that was cool. We have a little side project called Kiss and Friends. So we do a few Kiss songs. We bring up different performers like Rod Stewart, Ozzy Osbourne. We do some of their songs.
I noticed you said that went very, very well. I
Did.
was asking I think Sunday, and they said that went so well, having all these different performers, actually giving them a place to perform, especially at Vamp, when they wouldn't normally be able to play there as a single person. So
Right.
with your band behind them,
Right.
it gives them a great opportunity.
Absolutely, and you know, then they'll hopefully the ones that are just getting into it, that'll springboard them into something else. We are playing in California at the end of July for it's a fundraiser for a children's hospital in California, so we're doing that. Our big show every year is in Miami. Kiss has a cruise out of Miami every year, and we play the pre-party. So it's people from all over the world, 30 different countries come to the Hard Rock in Miami, and we perform. And last year we performed songs that nobody else plays. We perform songs Kiss doesn't even play live, and it's all
But
the
they
deep
are
cuts.
Kiss, but they are Kiss songs.
They are Kiss songs.
Isn't that amazing? How wonderful is that?
Yeah.
So these are all kind of new songs coming in and sort of,
Yeah, because
wow.
this is what that crowd. These are the hardcore fans that pay
They
$3,000
really
or
love
$4,000 to go on this cruise, and so they are the most fanatical of all the Kiss fans, and they want to hear those deep cuts that no one else
But
plays.
nobody
So,
else has played. How
so
amazing.
those are two of the big ones that are coming up. We have a veterans fundraiser in October as well. We're playing Kiss Night here at Vamp on August 27th. Will be the. They only have one band in makeup. It goes about 10 hours.
Wow, that's a long
and so
time.
we'll be the makeup band this year. Everyone else won't be in makeup and costumes. And then the week before that is the A-Fan Black and White Party, which a couple
Which
years
you'll
ago,
fit in very nicely.
it's a natural.
A natural, total natural.
A couple years ago, Lewis and I emceed the fashion show.
Oh really?
So,
Oh, that must have been a hoot. That
so,
must have been really funny.
So I believe that we'll be participating again and giving back to the community.
You know, it's so funny as I'm watching Steve talk, I'm watching the excitement in your body and in your face of when you're talking about all the shows you're doing and everything. He's so excited about doing this, and it's such a pleasure to see that, because you know things are just going well. You've got a lot happening, a lot going on. Can anybody book you? How can they reach you?
All they need to do is go to sincitykiss.vegas Vegas.
SinCityKiss.Vegas.
And reach out, and they can reach out to us that way.
And then you can have them perform and
That's
do
right.
whatever you
We do
want.
private parties, conventions. Lewis and I actually perform weddings dressed up as Kiss at the
Perform weddings. I'm just
the
trying
Kiss
to,
Wedding Chapel
I'm
inside
trying to
the
think,
hall.
what part of the wedding are you in? I'm just fooling around.
The flamboyant
You're
part
the
of the wedding.
flamboyant. He's the quiet one.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Between the two of you. I could just see the two of you walking in and taking over the whole thing. Because when you walk into a room, you walk into a room. Believe me, you are noticed.
We never sneak into it.
No, they try to, but they never succeed.
Never.
It's wonderful. Steve, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much
coming
for
on.
having me.
It's
This is
wonderful. It's lovely to learn all about Kiss and what they do and who they are, where they're going and everything about them. Thank you again.
Thanks so
We'll be
much.
right back with Vegas Live with Ninon.